All right, y'all. So on this one, we gonna do a nice story time on when a DL guy tried to end my life. All right. What brought this topic up is a guy made a video talking about how dangerous DL dudes are and etc. I could relate to it. A lot of people wanted me to react to it, so I'm gonna react to it, and I'm gonna also give my own personal story time of my worst situation with a DL dude. All right, let's go.
I don't fuck with down low niggas anymore for two reasons primarily. The first one being my first gay relationship was with a down low guy who shot me for fear of his secret coming out. The second one, as if that wasn't enough, I would soon learn about Jay Lee, a guy who was lured to his down low boyfriend's house, strangled, disposed of, and he almost got away with that. If you're gay, if you're young, and you're a guy who likes guys, stay the away from them down low niggas. They will kill you before their secret gets out. I promise.
Okay, and real quick, just to comment on that story that he just spoke of Jay Lee. Rest in peace to him. I just wanted to clarify something on that really quick. I did watch that whole documentary with the guy that unalived Jay Lee. For what a lot of people skip over when they tell this story is that he threatened this guy to out him because he wasn't answering his phone. I just wanted to make this point on this video before I got into my story time to let y'all know that although it is not right at all what happened to that guy, what none of us need to be doing is threatening these guys to out them, to get control over them, to try to use it as a form of blackmail or to exploit someone if they don't do what we say or treat us how we want, etc. That is how you will get hurt. You could get hurt like that by any regular guy, but to purposely try to get this over on a DL guy by using his secret against him to control him will end you up in a very sticky situation regardless, even if it doesn't get to that extent. So yes, be aware of your safety, care about yourself, love yourself. Don't play with fire and expect not to get burned, okay? Not saying that it was right at all. It wasn't. He did push buttons and he tried to exploit this dude. And when he still went over there when the dude basically y'all, he went over there after he told the dude that he was gonna out him if he didn't do this and do that. And the dude was like, oh, okay, cool, we'll come through. He went over there anyway, thinking that he was going to have control over this dude when the dude was like, nah, I got something for you. So when he got over there, yes, that's exactly what happened. So it was considered lured over there, but not really. They was messing around. He thought he was going to manipulate this dude, control him, to treat him how he wanted, and the dude wasn't going for it. If you're going to mess with a DL dude, understand that they are DL. They're not going to want to come out with you. You cannot try to force them out. You have to give that up to them and let them do that on their own. You do not force a DL dude to come out for you, okay? That is dangerous. I just wanted to say that real quick, all right? Let's go with the video. All right, now, real talk, that's real. And I think what I'm about to share with y'all is very important because not too many people get to survive to tell these stories or brave enough to tell these stories if they did survive them. You know what I'm saying? So this one, y'all don't want to miss out, so stay to the end, okay? Hold on, I want to start this. Now let's spark this bleezy and get into this. All right, I'm gonna just start off at the top. I ain't gonna leave out no details. I'm gonna be 100 transparent with y'all, all right? So, all right, so the year was 2018, okay? Now, y'all know I didn't start my channel until 2022. So this is like, these are the type of stories that, you know, I have to go back to give y'all, you know what I'm saying? So the year was 2018. I was a single, eligible bachelor, had my own crib, car. I had a nice little career at the time. I was working at this nonprofit organization that was, for helping LGBT people, especially of color. That is what got me to start this whole channel after, I can't even say the word, but after 2020 happened, and y'all know what happened in 2020, everything shut down. So I ended up, transitioning my advocacy for the LGBT community from in person and out in, actively to just online. And that's where the YouTube channel came. But basically, yes, this is around that time. I was very much so single. I had all my shit together. I was having fun. I was living life. I only was working like 3 times a week, getting paid. All right, like I made a lot of money being a LGBT activist. A lot of people sleep on how much we make. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what organization you under, because I was working for a place that was funded by the CDC. So, we was papered up. Just gonna keep it 100. So I didn't have to work much. I had a lot of time on my hands. I lived like I was a model, is what I felt like. I would do pictures and stuff for, the prep ads and everything out here in Colorado. I had to promote, outreach, get people in. We did like facilitating meetings, and we provided services like prep, free testing, etc. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how it go. So I was hella single. I was bored, and none of the chickens were clucking. I could put it that way, meaning basically none of the niggas that I had access to was hitting on nothing. You know what I'm saying? They either wasn't like doing it for me, or, oh my God, like, come on. So yeah, the dudes either wasn't doing it for me, or nobody was on nothing. Like, they wasn't trying to be serious about no relationship. This is around the time, because I got on my shit real early in age. Like, this was around the time I was 24, 23, something like that, 22, in that area. And it seemed like I was the only one that was in my age group that had they shit together. You know what I'm saying? So when niggas would meet me, they would either get inspired or intimidated. Either way, they wouldn't end up with me, because if they're inspired, they're trying to get their own shit together. They trying to be like me. They ain't trying to be with me. You know what I'm saying? So I just found myself, and then I wasn't trying to date older dudes, because they couldn't control me, because I wasn't the average young, dumb, full of cum, fine dude that just looked good but didn't have really much else going on, or was dense as hell. I was actually smart. They couldn't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? These niggas would get intimidated. And then I wasn't feeling them no way, because I was like, I'm too high value to be selling for some old ass booty. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. So what happened was, I ended up reaching out to a dude from my hometown. Now, those of y'all that don't know, I am from Topeka, Kansas. That is the capital of Kansas, but also it is home to a lot of Indian reservations and etc. You know what I'm saying? Black people, Indian reservations, white people. I come from a very mixed environment. So, which is why, hence, I'm mixed with black and Indian. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it 100. So I reached out to a dude that I knew back in my hood. Not really my hood, but around the guys that I used to kick it with back in Topeka. Now, at this time, I hadn't been in Topeka in like 2 years, because like I had no reason to go back. And when I would visit, it would just be periodically, very short, So I'm randomly one day just scrolling on my story views, seeing who was actually watching my stories and stuff that I would post on Facebook and Instagram. And I peeped, one of the homies from back home was like watching every story, but he was supposed to be a straight dude, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, why is this nigga checking me out? Why is he always watching me every day? You know what I'm saying? I knew this dude through mutual friends, specifically these 2 guys that were DL, but nobody knew about them. Like some people knew, like they family knew, so they would be more considered discreet. They family knew, but nobody else really knew. They like had parties all the time. Their house was the kickest spot in the hood, so everybody would go over there. Straight people, gay people, everybody. Just like it just wasn't a topic of discussion of whose sexuality was what. I mean, you would hear about it, but straight niggas and shit would just ignore it and act like, you know, they just wouldn't participate in the conversation. But basically, these homies, these two brothers, I was real cool with. And yeah, I did smash one of them. I actually told y'all about this in my story time on my very first video. Well, not my very first video, but my most popular video, how to turn out a straight dude or whatever. So this was the niggas that I'm talking about. I was over there kicking with them, and then out of nowhere, this dude comes through. You know, regular, you know, another one of the straight dudes. I'm not thinking much of it, but of course he's sagging. He got a fat ass, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, that got my attention. So I was checking him out, but I didn't think nothing was going to come of it because we get trained to think we not going to be able to get none of these niggas, you know what I'm saying? So I'm kicking it. One time we was out in the car. Now I went back a little bit just to tell y'all when I met the dude. You know what I'm saying? Just so that y'all understand why I even invited him out here. You know what I'm saying? And everything, because I was living in Denver when we started fucking around, and I moved him out here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just giving y'all a pre-game story on how I even met the nigga. And so basically, like, one of the brothers, we were sitting out in the car. One of the brothers was telling me, like, you know, about other niggas that they thought got down, all this other shit. And so he ended up mentioning old boy. And let me see, what am I going to call him? By the way, this is what he looked like right here. I'm going to just show y'all a picture of, like, this isn't him, but this looks just like him. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, the dreads, tattoos, all over everything, you know, same body type, same color, everything, skin complexion, all that. So this is what we talking about right here, all right? So one time we sitting out in the car, the homie was like, you know, talking about all the dudes he thought got down, and then he gets to talking about old boy, and he was like, I don't know if this nigga get down. I think he do, but like he ain't gay, like he ain't homophobic, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We might be able to try him or whatever. And I'm thinking like nothing of it, because I'm like, you know, as soon as this nigga tell me that he didn't hit or something, I'm not even getting ready to try to fuck with him no way, because y'all know how I am. If a nigga been smashed already, I'm cool on that. You know what I'm saying? So I just was like, you know, listening to him, and then he's like, what you think of him? Like, you like him? Like, I seen him looking at you. And I was just like, nah, I ain't, you know, I played it cool, like, because I wasn't really thinking shit for real, you know. Thinking a nigga got a fat ass don't really mean nothing to me, you know. So I'm like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, so what, did you get him? Like, you know, what happened? Did y'all do something? He was like, because like he was saying he wasn't homophobic, so I was like, how you know that? You know what I'm saying? He was like, cause like, you know, the nigga let me flirt with him and shit, and he know like I get down, and you know, like, he know I don't want everybody to know, but he ain't got no problem with it, and he ain't judging me, and he ain't going nowhere. He always coming over kicking it. So, you know, he also ain't making no moves on us, but I just don't know. And so he was just like, you know, he be letting me flirt with him and shit. I think he mentioned that he like grabbed his booty one time and he didn't really say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just like, okay, cool. So long story short, fast forward, I ended up moving back out here to Denver. I've been back and forth here all my life because my mom's side is from Topeka. My dad's side is from out here. You know what I'm saying? So basically, it's 2018. I'm bored. I got everything going for me, but I'm lonely. You know what I'm saying? I'm bored as fuck. A nigga's working out all the time. My body was on point. Like, this is one of my primes I would consider of my life. You know what I'm saying? You have different primes. I'm learning that, and that was one of my first primes. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just straight, and it was all on my own. It wasn't off of my trust fund and everything, because a lot of y'all know I had a trust fund before. So that was like, I don't consider that a prime no more, because I have my own shit since I was 19. You know what I'm saying? But at this point in my life in 2018, this is when I had first got everything on my own without any help from my family, my trust fund, all that. You know what I'm saying? So this was a more meaningful time in my life. That's what I'm saying that. So anyway, I'm scrolling. I see he keeps looking at my stories. So I'm just like, let me just shoot my shot. A closed mouth don't get fed. Let's go. This was one of my bravest times of my life. So I was just like, I hit him up like, what's up? What you on? Because we are familiar with each other. It's not like he ain't know who I was. So, I'm talking to him. He's responding. He's asking me like, how is it out here? And he wanted to come out here and all this other shit. And, he had never been out here before, but he wanted to see what it's like. But he wasn't like, it was just conversation. He wasn't like, hinting at me or nothing. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? And so out of nowhere, I was just like, I think he was just like, why you keep hitting me up, or why you like my picture? Because I think I liked the picture or something, just to like flirt with him and bait the nigga, see what he on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be subtle with these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because you go too far, go too aggressive, they, you're scared of, a little bitch off. So hold on. He's like, so why you? I think he asked me like why I like his picture or something. And I was just like, cause I think you cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just kept it 100. And he was like, oh shit, like, you wilding or something. But then he kept talking to me. So we keep talking. I don't remember verbatim, y'all. It's been a minute, but I will say we ended up getting to a point where it was like, come out here and visit. I was like, hey, come out here and visit me for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Kick it with me. And, see if you, it was on some, I think we got to a point of like where I could tell he was curious. So I just was like, you know what I'm saying? Come on out here and chill with me for a little bit and let's just see what happened. And he agreed. He was like, all right, cool. Like, and of course I flew him out. Y'all know I'm quick to treat a straight nigga like a bad bitch. Did I buy his ticket? Or did he buy it? Or what? Did I buy his ticket? I don't remember, but I know I probably did because I would have bought the ticket. You know what I'm saying? I've always been that type of nigga. So I probably did buy the ticket. So let's say I bought the ticket. I know I did him Greyhound, not a flight, but I got him Greyhound because we just was right next door states. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he get here and I think it took maybe 3 days, y'all. And I was cracking them. Like, I'm talking about straight, like... Let me tell y'all how that happened, though, real quick, before I get to telling y'all how this nigga tried to end me. Like, real talk. This is a juicy one. So, yeah. Basically, how we ended up messing around when he at first got there, like, the day of that day or the next day, we was just sitting in front of the TV, watching something I'm rolling up and shit. And this nigga's like... He like, so you basically trying to get at me. And I'm just like, I guess you can call it that. You know how I am. You know how I get down. Like, he knew I was bi. So that's the good thing about being yourself and letting people know what it is, because they get to gauge what they want to do. And you know that a nigga is not getting ready to be fucking with you like that if he know that he's straight. He don't want to lead you on. You know what I'm saying? So instead of you having all that on you, you get to put that ball in their court. You know what I'm saying? Have them nervous and shit. So he's like, so what you be trying to, what you gonna try to do if we had sex then? You gonna try to fuck me, or you gonna want me to fuck you? Like, he was just going straight, like, hey, like, straight, like, forward, straight up. But that's, that's how he is where I'm from. So I wasn't surprised, but yeah. I just told him straight up, like, I was like, I'm gonna wanna smash you. I'm a top. You know what I'm saying? I just kept it 100. He was just like, oh man, that shit gonna hurt. I was like, I knew I was gonna get him in. I knew it. Cause I'm like, oh, you thinking about it. Like, you actually considering this shit. I said, why you say that? I said, no, it ain't. I was like, I'm gonna make sure it don't. Like, I know what I'm doing. He was like, yeah, he was like, you gonna be trying to tell motherfuckers and shit. I was like, nah, like, well, who would I tell? Like, what, the homies, like, they get down, like, you already know that. He's like, yeah, I know, I ain't judging them, and I ain't judging none of y'all, but, like, I don't know, like, what made you come at me, though? And I told him straight up, like, nigga, your ass is fat, you know what I'm saying? You kind of cute, and you seem like, I just wanted to give it a shot, you know what I'm saying? You seem like maybe you could be curious or something. I don't know. He was like, nigga, what? Like, for real? I gave you that impression? Like, how the hell you get that impression? Like, he was so busy trying to figure out why I was brave enough to holler at him, basically. You know what I'm saying? He was like, nigga, do you know any nigga that do that shit? I would fuck them up. Like, try to come at me like that. Like, straight up. Like, and I'm just like, okay, so you know what I'm saying? I ain't know what to take that as, but I was like, all right, well, shit, I did, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what's up? And he was just like, yeah, I don't know. But I could tell that he was like feeling me. You know, like you could just tell when they feeling you. Flirt with you and shit like that. You know, he tried to wrestle with me and all that. Like I could tell, like, yeah, you trying to feel me out. You trying to figure out what's up. So I was like, all right, cool. So after that, I just sat back, y'all. I didn't make no attempts. I didn't try him, nothing. I just played it cool as a motherfucker. I go to work. This nigga be in the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, type shit. It was just like that. So one day I was at work. This is like the third or fourth day he was there. And this nigga texts me. And he's like, so when you get home, like, I've been thinking about it. Like, when you get back to the crib, like, let's try it. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want it to be weird and that. I just want to try. I just want to let's just try it. And I was like, oh, for real? Like, you for real? He was like, yeah. Like, I'm like, all right, cool. Y'all was so geeked. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all I'm at work. Like, nigga, I ain't telling nobody. I ain't saying shit. I'm just in my fucking head. Like, yeah, nigga, like, oh, shit. Like, I'm nervous as hell. I got nervous. And so I get back to the crib that day after work. This nigga in there on the couch in the front, just chilling, watching TV. He look over at me different this time. Like, he look over at me like, you know what I'm saying, with that look. And so I go in, I sit down, and I'm just talking to him, like, you know, how we usually do about, like, how the day was and shit. And I'm so nervous, like, I'm not making the move, you know what I'm saying? I'm just not, you know what I'm saying? Because I just kind of was, like, also intrigued to see what he was going to do, you know what I'm saying? And so I think a couple of hours might have went by, no cap, because I feel like we didn't, like, I got home when the sun was up, and I don't remember us fucking around until the sun was down. So I think it was like a couple of hours. And then out of nowhere, this nigga was just like, so he had a picture on his phone of like all these different dicks. You know, like those memes where they would show like what kind of dick you have. And he was like, which one would you say you got? And so, like, you know, they had like the uncut ones, the short ones, the tall, you know, the big one, like the long ones but skinny, the mid ones but fat, or the short ones but fat. You know what I'm saying? And so I told him, like, you know what which one mine was. And he was like, oh, okay, I think mine is like that too. And then he was just like, so let me see it. Like, y'all, I promise y'all, this is exactly how it went. He was like, let me see it. So I was just like, shit, all right. You know, shit. I pulled my shit out, and this nigga went straight. Like, he grabbed it for a second, kind of played with it, and was like, wow, this is the first time I touch a dick that ain't mine. Like, he was like, this shit is crazy. Like, he just kept saying that shit. Like, you can tell when it's their first time. You can feel it. You know what I'm saying? That's why when people be like, oh, no, you lying, or niggas ain't giving it up on, like, you ain't, like, man, I'm trying to tell y'all, all right? I'm being 100. So then all of a sudden, this nigga just get down in front of me, in between my legs, and he start like sucking it. Like he started playing with it, then he started sucking it. And then like he's looking at me in my eyes the whole time and shit. Like it was so fucking crazy, man. It was hot. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? And so he's doing that shit. And yes, it was fire. And the nigga kept doing it for like, y'all, he made me bust. And then he would do it again. Like he was just like, just put on a porn or something. Like he was like, just put on a corno or something. And just let me do my thing. Like, and just lean back and chill. Like he just wanted me to lean back and chill while he just did his thing. While he just got his curiosities out. I could tell. Like it was like I was the like all this time, all his life he's been wanting to do this shit and he ain't been able to do it, and now he get to, nigga, like he went ham on me. Like when I tell you, like you don't get that from a nigga who's already out here like that. You just don't get certain shit from him. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't be the same at all. And so y'all, he made me bust like 2-3 times back to back, right? Then all of a sudden, was it that night or was it the next one? It was either that night, y'all, or the next one. And y'all, like he was like, I don't remember exactly how we got into it, but I know that the nigga bent over on my futon, because I had a futon in the living room. And yeah, I got back there and yeah. And this nigga, like, at first you could tell like it hurt him, but then he was like so curious and wanted it so bad. Like he started like, you know, helping me get it in and shit. And that nigga, I'm gonna just keep it 100. Like I made him bust, you know what I'm saying? So he bust before me. So I know I hit that spot, and then like I couldn't even nut that first time. I was pissed, you know what I'm saying? Like I remember that shit. I was mad about that because like I was just about to nut because I'm trying to, you know, like it was only like 2 minutes. Like it wasn't like no fucking like that first time, you know what I'm saying? And he already nutted, like, and I'm like, and didn't tell me either. Just was like, oh shit, I nutted. Like get out of me, like type shit, push me out. And I was just about, I could have just went on ahead and did it, but shit, he pushed me out. I was pissed. So, like, after that, I got him again another night. He came in while I was laying down. Like, I always played the cool card where I just let them come to me because I didn't want it to be where it was like, you know, I done took your shit. I'm controlling you. I'm being hella dominant. Like, I'm going to just chill. You know what I'm saying? Let you come to me. So... And I feel like that shit worked. Like, that turned him on. You know what I'm saying? So then he came in one night in my room. Because I would let him be out in the living room. Like, because after we did that, we still, like, I didn't want to pressure him with, like, a relationship type shit. Because, like, one day, like, after that, I had put my feet across this nigga leg, y'all. And this nigga was like, I could tell that it just made it like where he was like, oh shit. And it wasn't like, oh no, I usually don't do that. I never do that. But he was like sitting there with his legs open and it's like, he put my leg on his shit. Like, yeah. And then I feel like he was trying to see how he would like it. And it's like, I could tell that the nigga just went, oh my God, like this is full on gay shit. Like, and he just was like, oh nah, like nah, I ain't ready for that part. I ain't ready for all that. Like, so I could tell, like, you know, he was just like, it was just the sex at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I could tell he liked me though, but he wasn't like I think it made him feel too gay, so he just made sure he didn't go all the way there. You know what I'm saying? But one night I was in my room while he was out in the living room, and he comes in there like, nigga, what you doing? Like, the fuck? Like, I'm gonna come lay in here with you tonight. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, all right, cool. So he get in the bed with me and shit. And I could tell then while we was like, like I spooned him basically. Like he was in front of, he was a little spoon, I was big spoon. I got my arm around him and I'm, you know, holding him, and I could tell like he was just like, oh shit, like this shit, like oh my god, like he's like, I like it, but it's like it's making me so I don't like feel so uncomfortable type shit. So then like, but so I was just like, I could tell he was guiding me to his ass and shit to grab his ass and shit. So I just went on ahead. I was like, okay, he wants some dick. You know what I'm saying? So I went on ahead, grabbed his ass, and yeah, flipped that nigga over. This time I had him on the stomach, and I got on that nigga. And that time, yeah, I got in that thing like straight up, nutted in everything. So that was like the first time it was just like, you know. Which, by the way, I definitely just worked my way in with the head first. You don't crash in them niggas. That will hurt them, and they will never let you do it again. I promise you. Okay? Like, so you gotta take your time. But yeah. Yeah. And it just fire. And then, like, he wanted to give me head so much. Like, so that, yeah. So then after all of this, all right, so now we gonna get into where the fight happened and all this other shit. So it was one day we had been kind of like becoming distant because he honestly, I ain't even gonna say it was him. I'm gonna be honest. I think it was me. Now that when I look back, I was like, I had some other shit going on, like personally about family shit and everything, and it was making me kind of like angry and depressed and shit at the same time. And I think my vibe was just a little off. And then like the way that he was kind of like playing with, he was being so uncomfortable with being himself that it just started making me feel uncomfortable too. So that was like the first little thing, but we never got into like no argument or nothing. All of a sudden, one night, I was out, I came back, the nigga would be like, yeah, like quit coming back so late, like that shit's making me nervous. I don't know what the fuck, like if you okay or what and shit. It's all like, yeah, this is when I used to go out and party and shit, but I would leave this nigga at the crib because like I brought him out one time, and you know how it is, like niggas be all over these type of niggas. You know what I'm saying? They be all over me too, but it's like I wasn't comfortable with them being all over the nigga too. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking with. So, and then I know he knew booty too. Like, no, I'm protecting this nigga. Get up off my shit. So, you know what I'm saying? And then he wasn't really tripping either for real about going out anyway, being around a whole bunch of gay dudes. So it was just like cool from what I thought until I came home that night. He said that the next morning his whole vibe was off, y'all. Like, I slept in the bed, he slept in the living room, and like when I like his whole vibe just was off. Like it just felt like I didn't know. So he asked me. He came in the room and asked me like, "Hey, can you take me to this hotel? My homeboy came down here from the town from where we from Topeka." So he like, yeah. He came out here because he got some business to handle. I'm gonna kick it with him for a little bit, and I'll be back. And so I was like, all right, cool. So I roll up a blunt because we always did that before we get ready to go somewhere. We leave the crib. I'm dropping him off. I'm on the way to drop him off to this nigga's hotel, right? Y'all, I'm not thinking nothing because I'm just like, I'm not thinking shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't thinking shit. All of a sudden, like, I was like, oh, spark the blunt real quick. Like, this was like damn near on the way. Like, we was midway there, and I forgot we had the blunt. So I was like, spark the blunt real quick. And so he like, nah, I'm going to spark this when I get over there. I was like, nigga, what? Like, and I'm thinking, and all I'm hearing is I'm smoking with another nigga, not you. Like, in your weed at that. Like, and I'm like, nigga, what? Like, not even on no gay shit necessarily, but just like, it was suspicious. So I'm like, nigga, what? What you mean? Like, spark the blunt. Like, I'm thinking he playing. He like, nah, like, I told you I'm gonna spark it when I get there. Like, I'm like, oh, you for real? Y'all, I go to pull, my instincts immediately tell me to pull my motherfucking car over. Y'all, I pulled my car over into like on the side of the like it's a long street. It's not Colfax, but Sixth in like Peoria area. There's like a long street and there's this church that you can like take a right, and the church is right there on the left. And it's just a neighborhood of houses all around it, right? I'll pull over, y'all. I didn't even get to brake good enough yet. And I stopped the car basically. All I remember, this nigga, uh now I had dreads too at this time. If y'all gonna look on my Instagram in 2018, y'all will see like I had dreads, and that's like the year I started my Instagram, I think, for real, for real. But yeah, it was that time frame when I had them dreads, y'all. This nigga reached for my mother, but we both had dreads. You know what I'm saying? So this nigga, I don't like, because of what happened. What I'm about to tell y'all, my vision is, my memory is blurred on this. I don't know if he reached for my keys first, or if he swung on me first and grabbed my hair or something first. I'm conflicted on that, but I do know that when I realized that he went to reach for my keys, that's when I started banging. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it was like on some, from my, like, I didn't know what the fuck he was on, but the nigga, what he said was in the middle of the fight, like, he said, quit treating, he was like, I'm tired of you treating me like a bitch. I'm tired of you leaving me at the house and treating me like a bitch. That's what he said. Why? And then so like basically he went to go reach for my keys, and I just started like bodying this nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? But I think he had already had my hair or something, so we fighting. I don't know who hit who first. That's all I'm saying. But I know that when my keys got reached for, I started hitting this nigga. And so, cause I'm like, what the fuck is you grabbing my keys for? Cause like, what's up? What you want? Like, you think you getting ready to take my car? I know how niggas is where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Like, we from the same place. Don't get this gay shit to let you fool you, bro. I know what's up. Like, nigga, what you trying to do? You trying to steal my car and go back to the town with this nigga or something? Like, because y'all, I forgot to tell y'all, like about a week before, this is why we wasn't cool like that. Like a week or two before this, me and the nigga got into a little bitty argument about something. I don't even remember if we got into a real argument. But I was in the shower. The nigga said something. I said something. And when I get out the shower, y'all, my Xbox is gone and my keys is gone to my car. Y'all, I called my job frantic. I called my friends and shit frantic as fuck. Like, what in the hell? Like, y'all, I go downstairs to where my car was parked in my garage, because I had a garage under my apartment, like straight up bachelor life. You know what I'm saying? Like, my apartment was right up under my garage, so I go downstairs and I look up under and like look at my garage. My garage door is wide the fuck open. My car is gone, y'all. This is the car before this one. You know what I'm saying? This is when I had a red Dodge Challenger. So Charger. So y'all, bro, I was so fucking. This was like the most scared time of my life. This was like a week before that. Y'all, but I'm so fucking clever, y'all, because I only took the nigga certain places, so I knew that where he would go. I found this nigga at the pawn shop down the street trying to pawn my fuck. Oh, what happened was the pawn shop called me, y'all, because I had pawned my Xbox there a long time ago before that, and they remembered my shit. I guess they got the serial numbers and all that, whatever. They called me, they said, hey, someone's up here trying to pawn your Xbox. Y'all, I said, oh my God, please keep them there. Don't let them leave, please. He said, okay, I'm going to act like, we're going to give them the money. I'm going to make them wait for a minute, but hurry up. I'm like, okay, cool. Y'all, I head down to the motherfucking, the pawn shop's the Arabs, you know what I'm saying? They know that I got them in me too. So I don't know if that has something to do with it, but they definitely looked out for me, and I appreciate that. I go down there, y'all, I see my car parked in the back. It like he tried to duck my car off behind this dumpster and shit, behind the pawn shop and shit. Like, I peeped my shit. And so I made sure that the homie parked behind it because I already had the homie, helping me, handle this shit. I had the homie parked behind my car, make sure that, nigga, I got my shit. I walk around the front of the motherfucking building. This nigga sees me, y'all. This nigga got so scared that this nigga ended up he ended up acting like he was getting ready to square up with me, right? And this nigga ended up tripping over something, like twisted his whole fucking ankle and shit. And so I snatched my motherfucking keys and shit. I go to my car. This nigga follows me. And y'all, I promise y'all, we in the car. This nigga got my motherfucking knife. I had a pocket knife that you could switch out. This nigga got my knife, y'all, talking about some like, don't fucking try nothing, like, don't do, like, you know what I'm saying, like he was scared of me type shit, because he already know he fucked up. And so I'm just like playing it cool, because I'm like, yeah, nigga, like, I didn't know what, I wasn't like thinking much ahead, but he started like saying, like, we pulled back into my garage, we sit in my car talking, and he's like, honestly, like, the reason why I'm doing all this weird shit is because, like, I like you, and I didn't expect to like a nigga, like, and it's fucking with me, and I'm not feeling it, like, real 100. Like, he told me, like, he didn't expect to like me, and he liked me, and he's dealing with all this, like, shit. So this is like the negative parts, like, because they get to getting all in their mind, and they get you basically fuck their mind up, like, AKA taking their manhood, I guess, and it's like it makes them feel conflicted. So because of what they've been told about this, and it makes them feel like they're a punk, you know what I'm saying? But you really still who you are. It doesn't make you a punk. I don't think so. I've seen niggas not be a punk and take hella dick. So, you know what I'm saying? That's just my perspective. But when it's your first time and all that, I can understand. So I'm being understanding, you know what I'm saying? And so basically, after he told me that, we ended up going upstairs and we ended up making out, having some good bomb ass sex. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being 100. I know that shit, that was dangerous as hell, but the sex was fire, okay? And so, yeah, after that, that's when, like, we started kind of like, that's, like, after that, that's when all this happened. So then he woke me up that day and asked me to take him to the hotel to meet his friend and shit. We in the car. He ain't sparked the blunt. Now I pulled over. The nigga went to reach for my keys. I ended up fighting him. And then, y'all, in the midst of us fighting, I'm on top of this nigga. Like, I had the upper hand. I'm not gonna cap. I would be honest if I didn't, because what he about to do, he does gain the upper hand. So I'm on this nigga, getting him. Then all of a sudden, this nigga jumps up and puts me into a headlock like this and folded back, y'all, in my seat. Y'all, my shit was so clamped like this. I couldn't breathe, y'all. I was so, like, this was the closest I've ever felt to, like, either passing out or death. I don't know. I saw blank white, y'all. Like, it was like all out of nowhere. I felt blank white, and I'd like try to tap this nigga on the shoulder, like, to let him know, like, hey nigga, like, I can't, like, I really was about to be out, you know what I'm saying? And this nigga he wasn't like loosening up. This nigga started trying to get tighter on me. Bro, my instincts kicked in, and this is why I'm so glad I can fight. Y'all, my instincts kicked in, and I started elbowing this nigga down, and then I lost all my might. I ain't gonna lie. And all I could do was I grabbed a hold of his hands or whatever, and I just pried his fingers, like, and I ripped them. And so then he ended up letting me go. But that was like all my might, y'all. When I tell y'all that was all my energy and I couldn't breathe, as soon as he let me go, like, I kind of like, I had made sure I had my keys, but I folded down into the fucking chair, like, and I opened up the door and I'm like out the door, but this nigga grabbed me by my hair though, and he got me by my hair and he like, nah, nigga, don't get out the car. Like, hell no, you ain't going nowhere. Like, he was on some goon shit. Like, this nigga was like, where the keys at, nigga? Like, he was really trying to like take my fucking car, bro. Like, nah, I already have my keys though down here. Why this nigga got my hair like that? Nigga, you not getting me, cuz you not. I'm sorry. You got the wrong one. And so I'm so glad we didn't have that knife in the car because I made sure I threw that knife away after he pulled that shit. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all. Why the fuck we get out? He let me go for a second. I get out, y'all, and I just walk across the street to the church, right? I'm walking over there. I'm over there by the church. This nigga walks over to me because he was looking in my car for the keys. He didn't think I was smart enough to have my shit. The nigga was definitely like scandalous as hell. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was just like, and now when I look back, I'm like, wow, this is a nigga I had like bent over smashing. And this nigga went straight back to goon mode. Like, it wasn't nothing. Like, that's why I'm like, you could never tell, bro. So the mailman was out there delivering mail, and he saw this nigga like, cause I had to get my breath. So I'm also contemplating because I have my phone and my keys and my wallet because I make sure I have my shit. And I'm on my phone. I'm like trying to decide like, do I want to call the homies or do I want to call the police? Or do I want to call my uncle? Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, you know what I'm saying? How I want to go about this shit. Because I don't know what he about to do. He might have this nigga meet us where we at or something, you know what I'm saying? So, and they going to jump me and take my car. I feel like, what was you getting ready to do? If you had knocked me out, what was you getting ready to do with me? So the mailman sees us like in the street. I'm walking away. This nigga's coming up to me. And then this nigga literally tried to pick me up, y'all. He was like, nigga, come on, get in the car. Come on. And I'm like, nah. This is like, you dang. Like, my instincts was just like, nah. Like, cause I know I could whoop you, but what you just did, like, nah. That was some old scandalous ass shit, nigga. You trying to take my car. It wasn't the fight. It was the fact you trying to take my car, but then you pulled that shit where you wasn't getting ready to let me go. And because of that, nigga, I can't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll beat a nigga up, and I ain't going to never try to, like, kill nobody. You know what I'm saying? And so, or unalive nobody. I got to say that. And so the policeman seen this nigga try to pick me up. He did pick me up. And, like, he tried to, like, you know, throw me in the car. He tried to really put me in the car. He wasn't trying to like fight me no more. He was just trying to get me in the car, and I just wasn't going. And so he called the police. The mailman must have called the police because all of a sudden the police could bust around the corner, and I told him actually before they got there. I knew that the mailman was calling the police because I saw him on his phone because the shit, you know, he could tell what was up. And I was telling him, like, while he was trying to get me in the car, I'm like, hey, nigga, you need to take off. Like, you need to just go. Like, just run. Because they getting ready to pull up. I already know. And so, nigga, they pulled up. They came around the corner. And so, yeah, they got one look at both of us. And, y'all, I had so many dreads snatched out. Like, he had, like, snatched, like, a whole handful of my shit, like, right here. So it was like, after that, I had to cut them hoes, you know what I'm saying? And I could have got them put back in and all that, but I was just like, nah, I'm done. That's an era. That's an iconic era that's done for, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And he didn't go. When I told him to go, I said, hey, take off. He didn't go. And that was the dumbest shit. But it was God sent because if he didn't get caught, I was going to let that nigga back in because I was dumb as fuck. I was not this nigga today. Like, I was younger. I was still smart, but like, I was also a sucker for certain shit and like, straight niggas with good booty and I'm the first. And yeah, I felt kind of bad because I felt like I turned them out. And you know how that shit goes, you know what I'm saying? So, I felt a little kind of like responsible for the shit. But that wasn't how I should have been thinking. My life was really in danger because after this, yeah, he got arrested. He already had a warrant in Kansas, so he got sent back to Kansas anyway because he already had a warrant for some other shit because the nigga was a criminal. You know what I'm saying? And so he ended up calling me when he got his first call, and he was just like, "Yeah, see, man, like I fuck with you, but like." I'm an animal. Like, he told me straight up, he was like, I'm an animal. Like, this is it for me. Like, I'm not getting ready to be getting out no time soon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just go ahead, do your thing. Like, he had me in tears. I ain't gonna cap. I was like, damn. I just started kind of like crying and shit. Like, damn, like, for real? Like, fuck. Like, maybe I should have just got in the car. Like, I don't know. Like, he's just like, nah, man. Like, nah, trust me. Like, I ain't right. Like, he just told me straight up. He was like, he ain't right. He was like, do you see what I just tried to do to you, bro? Like, he kept it 100. I'll give that to him. He kept it 100. At least what I will say is at least I know what we had was real because of this shit. He kept it 100. He said, like, he admitted like what I just tried to do to you was not right. You know what I'm saying? I'm an animal for that and all this other shit. And then he was like, after that, he was like, but I'm gonna write you and everything. And so he actually wrote me. Like, he would write me while he was in jail for like them first couple months. He was writing me, and so I could tell that like he did fuck with a nigga, but he just couldn't handle this transition. He couldn't cope with like being no gay dude to him. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, after we had smashed one of those nights, like, he had told me, like, I think it was that first time, he was like, man, he was like, it's interesting to see them go through this, you know what I'm saying? He was like, man, you know what's crazy? I was like, what? He was like, that I sucked a D and it was cool. Like, and I took a D in my ass, and that shit was cool. Like, he was surprised that he enjoyed it. Like, he thought it was gonna hurt. He thought this was gonna be some nasty shit or something, like, but it wasn't. And so he was just like so conflicted, y'all. So yeah, that's what happened, y'all. He went to jail. He wrote me some months, and then like we ended up, losing touch. Because, as time goes on and life changes and everything, But I'm pretty sure I'll see the nigga again. He knows my family, I know people he know. Like, it's just, hometown booty probably, But no, I'm playing. I'm 100% faithful. I'm happy in my relationship. I'm not getting with nobody else. Like, I'm good. This is it for me. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? Your boy has retired the game. All right, booty bandit days are over. Okay. Oh, and yeah, I forgot. After, actually now I do remember. So basically, he snatched from my keys. I grabbed my keys, and then that's when he tried to like he tried to hit me or grab my hair, and then we started fighting, and then I did get the best of him that first little round in the car, and it fucked him up because like we stopped for a second. I forgot we did stop for a second, and we looked at each other because I remember looking in the mirror and shit like, you know what I'm saying? And then he was like, this nigga sat back and he looked in the mirror too, and this nigga sat back and he didn't snatch. This is before he didn't snatch my hair at this point, but this nigga sat back, y'all, and he looked in the mirror at himself. And this nigga was like, oh my God. Like, he was pissed because I did snatch some of his dreads out as well, okay? I snatched a couple of his dreads out. And he was just like, oh my. and then he started fighting me again. And that's when, you know, I got him back down in that seat, in the passenger seat, and I'm fucking him up. And then that's when he put me in that headlock and so on and so on. Okay, so that's when he snatched my hair out after that. Like, he was like, oh, nah, nigga, I'll get your ass back. Like, and he definitely did. That nigga snatched a whole chunk of my shit out. So, yeah. That's what R.I.P. the dreads. I ain't tripping, you know what I'm saying? I was over them anyways. It was time for a new era. If I ever want them again, I can. I don't, you know what I'm saying? But that was the only thing that I majorly like took an L on that. I didn't have any other scars or any bruises. My neck was sore for a couple days after that. And I got my crib back to myself. I was back on my motherfucking player shit. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Ever since, it was good ever since. I had more fun after that. I had a heartbreak or two after that. But it's all been made peace with. I have fun out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I had these stories to tell. So, yeah, that's it. So, yeah, that's it for this one, y'all. Let me know what y'all think about this. What I will say, to give some advice, do not be so risky if you cannot handle it. And also, make sure you always protect yourself and, like, you know, you let people know where you at, where you going and shit in the beginning dealing with these dudes, because, like, they are unpredictable, okay? That's the main thing I learned in this. That was the main lesson. They're unpredictable. Yes, you're going to have a good fucking time. Like, they're going to be, like how that song was, yeah, I'll be good in bed, but I'll be bad to you. That's what it's going to be most likely, 9 times out of 10. Also, but the experience is priceless, I will say. I would not trade these experiences for. And that was just one, y'all. I done had so many of those. Like, this was the most, like, this was the one that was the most intense with a DL dude as his first time. Because I had never had to fight any of the other ones. But, so yeah. What else did I learn? Make sure that you got a tracker or something on your car or something. Make sure you got, like, your shit secured. And maybe you want to link up with them in hotels, because after this, I started only doing hotels with these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. Yeah, it can get real dangerous. So maybe sometimes you might just not want to mess with DL dudes at all. Also, I'll put it that way as well. So yeah, let me know what y'all think about this. You know what I'm saying? Hit them comments up, like this video, and I hope y'all enjoyed my story time. That was some real transparency from your boy. So, hey, subscribe if you haven't, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Peace.
No, I don't give a fuck about what anyone say. No, I don't give a fuck about what anyone say.